All right, today, I think we're gonna try to do a real-world camera test of the S10 Plus. So what that means is I'm gonna kind of run around and do my normal day and the things that I have to do today, but take photos with the phone along the way, do videos, compare it to other phones that are flagships that it would compete with, and just kind of see how it does. But first, coffee. And while we're heading to get coffee, really quick, I need to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, TRADEMORE. TRADEMORE is a super fast and easy way to sell your used electronics. Just head to the link below, click on sell your device, tell them a bit about it, get a prepaid shipping label to send it to them, and then get paid by PayPal or virtual MasterCard gift card. That simple. You can even buy certified used devices on TRADEMORE that have been fully inspected so you don't have to worry about what you're getting. Click on buy a device on the site instead and check out the ton of devices they have at super discounted prices, and you even get free 2-day shipping. So check them out at the link below to trade in some old electronics so that you can have some extra cash to buy new gadgets like this phone. Coffee, check. Okay, so now we're gonna test out the camera on some close-ups here of like my coffee and my croissant. It's cloudy out, so we have really good lighting in here. This is probably gonna be a very easy test, but it is a little bluer in here than probably normal. Let's use the S10 Plus and compare it to some of the other flagships out there and see how they do. Okay, and there we go. We're gonna head to the office now though, because I have a little bit of work to do, but we can test the camera there as well. And then there's an event this afternoon that T-Mobile invited me to that I think will be a really good way to test the video camera. Okay, I had a bit of time to work, but really quick, wanted to explain some of the camera on this S10 Plus. So we have 3 cameras now, which I appreciate. For me, there are 3 different focal lengths. One is ultra wide, one is kind of the normal wide angle that we're used to, and then one is a 2x telephoto. Now, the thing I appreciate about this is that it very much resembles when I have a lens on like a real camera. I have 3 different options now of lenses to be able to shoot different shots with. So if I want something that's ultra wide, I can do that. And then maybe there's a different shot within that that is a normal angle. And then there's something I want to focus in on that's a telephoto. It just gives me a lot more options in the same way that having like a zoom lens or multiple lenses for my mirrorless camera, my DSLR, does as well. Now in the camera, it's actually pretty easy to go through each of these. There is a selector at the bottom with like a whole forest, 2 trees, and a leaf, maybe. Now my WeWork has a rooftop that's not really open right now because it's winter, but we're gonna head up there really quick and let's see what the wide camera looks like compared to some other wide camera that I happen to have. Okay, now let's head to that T-Mobile event I was talking about.
Apparently, T-Mobile is going to let us skydive in the middle of New York. So T-Mobile is apparently celebrating the launch of the Galaxy S10, so this is very appropriate that we test the video camera in the wind tunnel, right? Okay, that was nuts. So much fun. Thank you, T-Mobile, for letting me do that and testing the camera in such a great way, I think, right? Very normal, everyday activity. But now, I'm gonna head back to Brooklyn and let's go take some more photos, maybe some at night. Now that the sun's gone down, let's see how this camera does at night. Okay, so while we're taking night shots, I want to talk about something I think is kind of weird about the camera. So, you know, we have night mode and like night sight and all these other night low light photography settings that use like long exposures and anti-shake stuff to get better photos at night. Well, night mode works on Huawei and you can actually select it. It's an actual mode. Same thing for the Pixel, same thing for the One Plus, I believe. This phone, though, doesn't have a separate mode for night mode, which I kind of wish it did. Instead, you have to turn on Scene Optimizer, which is like that AI thing that recognizes what you're taking a photo of and adjusts the settings. And then it has to determine that it's dark enough to use it, and you'll get a little moon icon when that happens, and then it takes the night shot. I would much prefer if this had a mode for this, because there's times when I think I want a long exposure and the camera doesn't agree. And now I'm freezing, so let's go inside somewhere and do one last test. Okay, now we're in this restaurant. Let's do one last test. The selfie cam. There you go, my camera test for the day. I have to stop now because I actually have to go meet a friend for their birthday and celebrate that, and I can't bring all this stuff. It's just, that's ridiculous. But I think this is long enough at this point, no? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Personally, myself, I think it does a great job. The S10's camera is, it's not the best on the market, but this is kind of where Samsung's sweet spot is. They're the Mario in all of the Mario games where you could choose other characters, right? Like they're the all-around, good at most things company. The camera itself, again, is not the most amazing, but then when you factor in like, well, the phone itself, the design is awesome. The battery may not be the best, but it's good. So they kind of check all those boxes like that, and I think that they've continued to do that with the S10. I do think it's a little bit better than the S9 and maybe the Note 9, but you guys let me know, again, what you think below. Otherwise, though, if you guys are not already, please subscribe and ding the bell next to subscribe so you get notified when I do new videos. Otherwise, check me out on other social media. I put a bunch of these photos up, actually, that are not in this video, where I compared them and I didn't tell anybody what the photos were from, like which phone they were from, and then you guys kind of guessed, and it was kind of fun. But if you want to go check that out, I'm at The Unlocker on Twitter, on Instagram, and Facebook. Check me out there. Otherwise, though, as always, regardless, thanks for watching.